Good morning and welcome in. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and it's lovely to have you with us this morning. Oh, the sun's gone behind a cloud. It suddenly went very dark. There we go. It's popping out again. So lovely to have you join with us. If this is the first time you've joined with me this year, then a very happy new year to you. Looking forward to 2022 and all the crafting and things we're going to be doing in this next year. So we've got a new catalogue out, mini catalogue out. We've got Sale-a-Bration launched, lots of lovely new things to play with, as well as all the gorgeous things in that annual catalogue. Not Helen Jennings. What did I say? I dread to think what I said. So yes, so whatever I said, I am Helen Jennings, Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. It can't be any worse than I did a live the other evening with the news catalogue. I had a very busy day. It was dark. I managed to do that and managed to stab myself with a pair of scissors within minutes of starting the live. I'm still clearing up the aftermath of I'd got my finger wrapped up in bandages and all sorts of things. All good fun. We never quite know what's going to happen on these lives, so we just roll with it, keep on rolling. But as I say, we have new things to play with, and so let's move the camera down. Morning. Yeah, let's move the camera down. This is me. So www.love-a-duckie.co.uk. That is my website. And you can find me. If you go and head over there, you'll find lots of inspiration. You'll find details about classes. You'll find links to the shop, Morning M. You'll find lots of things over on my website. And I have been doing some work on that over Christmas, so do go and check that out. There are new blog posts have gone up since the new year. So things are starting to move over on the website again. But also, if you're looking for me anywhere on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, you'll find me in all of those places under Love-a-Duckie. So do go and hunt that out. Do follow me, subscribe, do all of those things. It all helps me out hugely. And it makes sure that you are aware of any new content and things going up. So I thought today we would have a play with one of the Sale-a-Bration sets. Because I think the bigger sets would be good to have a couple of goes at. Morning Lee, good to have a couple of sessions with. So let's start with a little Sale-a-Bration set and have a bit of a play with that. Now, for any of you who are new to Stampin' Up and have no idea what Sale-a-Bration is or what I am talking about, twice a year now, so January and February, and then later on in the year, I think it's probably July, August this year, all being well, we Stampin' Up have this huge promotion, Sale-a-Bration promotion, and basically you can earn things for free. You can get free product. So if you place an order of £45 or more, you're entitled to choose from the little brochure one of the free items. If some of them actually you have to have a £90 order for, so the ones at the back, so there's a couple at the back that you need a £90 order to be able to put those in your basket. But you get all of these things on top of any other promotions, any other benefits that you would normally get. If you host an event that generates sales above, I think for us here in the UK is £275. So if you have a private class that generates that sort of income, if you do a Facebook party, if you do an in-person party, lots of ways that you can host an event. And if you host an event that generates £275 more in sales on top of your normal stamping rewards, you will also get this Calming Camellia stamp set. And then if you decide you would love to join the Stampin' Up family, and why wouldn't you, there is the normal starter kit promotion. So any time of the year, if you pay your £99, you can choose £130 of product of your choice from any current catalogues. So that's the standard joining offer, that's the standing starter kit. But during celebration, into your starter kit, you can add another 2 stamp sets, additional stamp sets of your choice from either the annual catalogue or the mini catalogue, and you won't pay any extra. So your £99 will get you £130 of product plus 2 additional stamp sets of your choice. So that is the celebration promotion that is happening now alongside the new catalogue, mini catalogue launch. As you can see, I've been using my catalogue and we haven't got the front of it. Here we are, the new mini catalogue. I can now flash the things in that to you. Beautiful, beautiful things in this mini catalogue. So you have your mini catalogue and your celebration brochure that have both been launched this week. And we are going to have a play with just one of the stamp sets. We'll perhaps bring in a few other products, but one of the stamp sets that you can get for free during this celebration period. So from now until the end of February. Morning, Jackie. So this is called Driving By, and as you can see, you've got 3 little vehicles on here. You've got this little beetly sort of car down the bottom here with its pile of presents on the top. Obviously, you would be able to mask those presents off and just have the car if you would like. We have a nice little camper van here that we're going to have a bit of fun with, and then we've got this rather snazzy looking sports car going on here with its balloons trailing out the back. So I think my thought process is that we're going to have a bit of a play with this car and we're going to have a bit of a play with this camper van. So here's one Stamparatus that I got out earlier, and you can see that I've already got my little car stamp in there, and I'm going to grab, excuse my arm, a memento ink and a piece of basic white cardstock. So I have come through, I've put my stamp in, and you're probably not going to be able to see necessarily, but I have made a bit of a mark at the top and the bottom of where this stamp rests, just to give me a bit of an indication of where to put my cardstock. And I think I'm going to put it, I'm going to bring it right over this way so that my cards are coming down here. And I may actually just move that stamp slightly. Let's have it coming in there. I'm going to take my magnets and I'm going to put those down there to hold that in place. So if I shut that up, we'll pick that stamp up. And we're going to do a bit of using our Stamparatus and using this sort of hinge method of moving a stamp down our piece of card. So I'm going to ink up that, trying to move it across without moving the paper. So let's ink up this stamp. Oh, perfect. I'm then going to bring it down, and I'm going to need to bring it down 2 slots because one will have those balloons overlapping, which I could do if I was to mask my first one. So I could mask that first card and then have those balloons overlapping, but for this occasion I'm going to bring it down 2 slots and ink it up again. and then another 2 slots, and we are just about going to manage to sneak another car in the bottom there. Perfect. So there we have 3 cars riding down our piece of cardstock. Let's just move that Stamparatus out of the way for now. Bring in my stamping scrub. Now, I did give these all a bit of a bath before Christmas, so they will want a good spritz. There we go. And the green, she says. It's a good start. Lost things already, and big things like my trimmer. How have I lost that in 2 seconds? Oh, there it is. For goodness sake. Right, I'm going to trim this so that we're coming down the edge of these cars. I think that will do. So that makes that 7 centimetres. And I'm going to try and trim this a little bit. Might go away with another slither. Perfect, actually. That makes it 14.4. So we've now got a piece that is 14.4 by 7. So that's good. That means we're going to be able to put some backing card and things on there. I've grabbed some, I did stamp it in Memento, so I've grabbed some stamping blends, and I've gone for real red because I thought, you know, a nice red sports car. I've gone for evening evergreen because I thought that would be quite a good sort of racing green. And then we've got some daffodil delight. Oh, I'm molting. Not sure actually that is me molting. That's a very long hair. That must be my son's fiance. That definitely isn't one of mine. I've had mine cut back this week. It certainly isn't that long. So let's come in with some real red for this top car. I've got the dark real red here. So we'll have a nice shiny red racing car. Around these sort of edges. Let's come in with light real red. Now, what you need just grabbing a few of the colours. I've got some light balmy blue here. I'm going to use that just to sort of highlight that windscreen just here. I've got some basic black for our wheels. And I think I'm going to come in with some light smoky slate on these centre pieces. Bring that round and colour in that wheel. Let's have a bit of a light smoky slate on those bumpers, and we'll come in with a little bit of light Daffodil Delight on our headlight. So now balloons. Perhaps we'll go light evergreen. We'll have multicoloured balloons. Dark Daffodil Delight, I think. And real red. And for our next car, let's have that one as the dark evening evergreen. Nice sort of classic racing car colour. Down these doors. Come in with the light version. You could have fun and sort of cut out some silver foil for your paper piece, a bit of silver foil on your hubcaps and things if you wanted to get quite fancy. Let's come in with our pale blue on there again. I'm going to come in and do the centerpieces of the tiles first. This one, the darker colour of the wheel is sort of blended, it's been picked up and blended in as I've been colouring them. Let's come in and do this one at the same time. Really need to get a new smoky slate. I might actually come in with a light grey granite on that one. I think my light smoky slate has really given up the ghost. Let's have some black wheels. A little yellow headlight. And then let's do our balloons. So this time, actually the green one at the top. just so that it's not next to the green car. Let's shift the order a bit. We'll have a red balloon next. And then the yellow one. And last but not least, let's have a yellow car. So a really simple little stamp. But you can have lots of fun with it. I need to take some time to sit down with all my stamping blends and a bit of paper and do sort of a bit of a scribble test to see which ones need replacing. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Obviously, still needs to do that in yellow. Let's put in our bumpers. Our windshield. Our tyres. So this could be a happy birthday, could be a wedding. I was looking at it just now, and the way there's a little bit of a gap just there in the seat, might even be possible to sort of shrink down, have a bit of a play with your computer settings, shrink down a photo. I've actually managed to get a little driver in there, might be quite fun. We have the yellow balloon on the top, the green balloon in the middle this time. And the red balloon on the bottom. So there we have 3 sporty little racing cars. To move these to one side for a minute. I'm going to leave that balmy blue there because I might need that. Now, could do with some background paper. This is from a set that is called Hey Sports Fan. Now, on looking, for us here in the UK, you may be a baseball fan, but it is really quite sort of baseball, American sports themed. But as well as the sort of the flags and the ball games and the baseball things, if you're not baseball orientated, it does have some really lovely masculine type background papers. And as you can see, I have been chopping and cutting up some of these flags. It is my son-in-law's birthday today, so I did use these papers to create his card, and I will share that somewhere once I know for certain that he's actually looked at it and seen it. But they're quite good for these sort of masculine projects. So let's find some real red cardstock. Know what I've got in my oddments. quite fun, isn't it? Right, so let's have ourselves a card base out of real red. I'm going to chop my little card in half. I think we'll cut ourselves a bit of this. That is 14.4 long. And I think I'm going to cut it so it's 9.5 wide. I'm going to give myself a slightly wider border of red. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Now, I think we'll take the driving by just to say hi. Is that big enough? Yes, it is. Oh, result. Driving by just to say hi. I think I'll go with Evening Evergreen. Let's pick up a pair of scissors and hopefully not stab myself with them. I'll just take my big scissors just because I'm going to cut this hopefully so that it's a game of two halves. Perfect. Let's take out a little bit of real red card, and I did get myself somewhere a nice new glue this morning. Where has that gone? So let's pick this up. So a new glue. You go from having a glue where you're squeezing the last bits out because you don't want to waste any, to suddenly a new one, and the danger is that you squeeze too hard as it just sort of runs out of the new ones. Driving by, so I've backed that onto a little bit of real red. Just to say hi. We'll back that onto a little bit of real red too. And then snip those so that we've just got a little bit of a border. snip this one round. Now, along with that paper, there is some twine. So I think let's wrap this round here before we stick this in place. So the twine in this pack, along with the papers, is a Poppy Parade and White Stripe, a Night of Navy twine, and then this Evening Evergreen. It comes in a pack of 3. So again, even if you didn't want anything else out of that suite, these are very useful. And the other thing that would have been very useful had I have got them out of that suite is they have some beautiful acrylic stars, stick-on stars as well, that would have gone very nicely on here, but I don't yet have them. So you can't put on what you haven't got. Let's get rid of that. So I think we'll come in with some dimensionals. Let's stick, we've got our real red card base. Let's stick this paper down on our real red card base, centering that up. And of course, the nice thing about using the wet glue to do that is if you do need a bit of a wiggle, you can do that. And then let's pop some dimensionals on the back of here. So I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas break, that you're sort of starting to get yourself back into the new year, that you have lovely plans for the new year. I took my Christmas decorations down yesterday. I am a leave them till 12th night sort of a girl. Very much of the mindset that Christmas doesn't finish on Christmas Day. That's actually the day that it starts. It doesn't finish until the 6th of January at the earliest. But I don't have things up by the 1st of December, so I tend to go the other way. Let's add driving by. That's sort of sticking off the edge just a little bit. A sense of driving by, just to say hi. Now, obviously, had I had some of those stars, we could have perhaps added some of those on, but I think that it will survive without. So a nice sort of masculine card, and you could change the colours up on that. You could do it just with one colour card. You could have all red cards or green cards to suit whoever you're giving to, but obviously quite a nice sort of card for the guys. I know a card that you could create for the sort of the slightly more mature men in your life as well, which is always good, and something that doesn't involve sport or beer. Tends to be the way that cards go for the men when you're looking at them in the shops. So there we go, driving by just to say hi. So there's one card using that simple little stamp set, that lovely little driving by stamp set that's part of the Sale-a-Bration promotion. And now for something completely different, we're going to use a different one. This time I've picked out another Sale-a-Bration product to go with our stamp set, and that's these sunshine and rainbow papers. These are just stunning. We were playing with the rainbow stamp set and dies just before Christmas. There is also a cloud punch that you can punch clouds out of this paper, but it is just gorgeous, bright colours. So not only has it full of sunshines and rainbows, but you've got dots and stripes and all sorts of things going on as well. And I have picked 3 of those papers. So I've got the dots, I've got the stripes, and I've got this, actually lots of little triangles, look on the background there. Some fun paper, and I'm going to do some paper piecing with this camper van. So let us take our little camper van stamp. I think we'll go up a size. We'll have a D block. That's better. And I'm going to take my Memento ink. And let's ink this up. And we'll come right down in the corner so that we're not being too wasteful. I'm going to have a pink camper van. Stripy camper van. And a spotty camper van. Now the other thing I'm going to do, let's take this bit of white card just here, and I just want the windows. I'm not going to quite get another set of windows in there. Let's turn it round and do that, because we don't really want spotty windows. Tyres I can colour in as they are. I'm going to take my balmy blue pen. I'm going to cut these windows out, but I'm just going to come around the edge. Of each of these. Right. Paper snips. Try not to stab yourself with them. Should be able to manage, yes, to cut out the little exhaust pipe. And the wheels. There's a Dotty camper van, and we shall tweak him slightly in a minute. Here we go with our stripy camper van. So obviously camper vans are known for being painted with bright colours, sort of very hippie vibe going on. And these papers just seemed to lend themselves very well to that. And then last but not least, let's have a psychedelic pink one. Okay, then we need our little windows. One. And two. That just helps to bring the definition back in, because otherwise it's just lost in a sea of patterned paper. And we'll add in some wheels as well in a minute. 3. One. 2. You can really see those standing out there. You could even draw in little curtains if you wanted to. And 3. And last but not least, 1. 2. And 3. There we go. Let's get rid of these little scrappy bits. Stick our windows in place. Squidge of glue there. There's one little camper van with his windows. Let's bring in this bit of glue that we've just scraped off and use it just there. 2. last but not least, little windows for you. Quite locally we have a racetrack that regularly has Volkswagen meetups, and you'll know when they're on because the local garage is full of camper vans and Beetles filling up, and then on into Tesco's to get their camping supplies. That's some wheels. Might leave the centres multicoloured. We have a spider joining us. How cute are they? There we go. Now we're going to have them going bumper to bumper. Or this is actually a piece of 14.9 by 10.5, so it is a full size of a full card base, although it is only a piece of paper. They're not going to quite go bumper to bumper unless we raise one up. But I think, no, in that case, I think we'll come downwards. Now, what colour to go with? I might pick out some possibly Pool Party. Let's come back to our papers. An annoying piece of black ink on there. It actually makes it if I chop that bit of green ink off, it actually makes it 13.8, so I think we can get away with that. I might actually take it down a bit more. That is actually 13.4 by 9. I might come in with some, I'm just going to have a look and see what colours are in this paper. Magenta Madness, I think that pink is. Let's have a little look at that, a pop of Magenta Madness. Ooh, that's rather fun, isn't it? Trim that to 10 by 14.4. That gives quite a nice border of Magenta Madness there. Let's just create a pool party card face. Magenta Madness. And then our funky camper vans. Then I think we'll have You've Got Style. I think let's stamp that in black in Memento. Right, come off that way a little bit and that way a little bit. That's not quite straight that way. Let's trim a bit more off the bottom. Right, I'm going to come in with my little snips now, and I'm going to make this into banner ends. So we have got punches and things that will do this for you, but if you want to do it yourself, just cut up the centre as deep as you want it to go, and then go from each point to the end of your snip. And I think I'm going to pop that onto a piece of Magenta Madness card. take our snips again. And come in. I think we need to trim that a bit. And then you've got style. Sure have. Right. Let's do some sticking. And have this one here. And pop some dimensionals on the back of this one to raise it up. I'll stick this one down flat. And then we'll pop just going to take the edge pieces on here. Let's snip a few little pieces. Right along there. You've got style. Let's find, we've got these fun square gems that are in the 2022 in colours. So that's the ones that the Magenta Madness is a part of that family. So let's take some of these. Square gems, and let's add some of those in there as well. Right. Clear a bit of space. We have the Driving By stamp set, which is one of the fun stamp sets money can't buy. You can only earn it when you place an order for £45 or more. So it might be that you'd like some of those square gems. It might be that you'd like some of this paper. There are so many gorgeous things in the mini catalogue, and there are so many fabulous things still waiting for us to play with in the annual catalogue that finding things to create a £45 order isn't really very difficult. What is difficult is choosing which of the new stamp sets, which of the new celebration things you want to earn for free. So there's a couple of suggestions if you fancy the Driving By celebration stamp set. Lots of fun, whether it's for a funky hippie in your life or an old racer, whoever they're for. There's a couple of cards just for them. So I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of colouring in, a little bit of paper piecing, yeah, some cutting of banner ends, lots of things to keep us going. So thank you for coming and joining me on this first of the proper Facebook Lives of 2022. If you're watching on catch up, do pop on and say hello, and we'll be back on Monday morning. So see you all then. Have a